Da Nang is often called the most modern and livable city in Vietnam, and with its beautiful coastline, affordable prices that is bringing digital nomads, remote workers, foreign tourists, domestic tourists, its popularity is skyrocketing. So here is my travel guide covering where to go, what you should do, what you should eat, what you should know before you go, and everything else hopefully. Let's get started. Da Nang is actually one of the top 3 or 5 biggest cities in all of Vietnam, depending on how you want to measure that. The area I recommend you stay in Da Nang is going to be a small chunk of the city. It's just this little area that's east of the Han River, or it looks little, but it's actually bigger than you think. And this is because it's close to the beach. Almost all of these different neighborhoods, you can easily walk to the beach. There can be restaurants and cafes and shopping and just good infrastructure for your stay in Da Nang. And the best area I would recommend is the neighborhood of My An. This is the area which I think is the most walkable. It has a great density of restaurants and cafes and maybe some nightlife, and walking to the beach is pretty easy, although it can be a little bit difficult to cross the road in Vietnam, famously. But it's just great for a tourist. It's great for people who are trying to relax, people who are vacationers, maybe people who want to go out and meet some people as well. It's the most walkable area too, which is nice if you don't ride a scooter and you don't necessarily need to take like grabs to other parts, besides maybe some other day trips and stuff, which we'll cover later. The other 2 neighborhoods I recommend is going to be one, Son Tra, which is just to the north of My An. I would recommend staying in like the city area still, where you'll still have restaurants, you'll still have cafes, still have beach access, which is easier, not as walkable, not as dense maybe. The other neighborhood is Quay Mi for the same reasons as Son Tra. It's close to the area, still has beach access, still can get to My An if you want to go to some of the more trendy restaurants and cafes, and you can easily get around from place to place with a grab or a riding a scooter if you can do so. So it goes without saying, when in Da Nang, you need to go to the beach, because the beach here, it's beautiful. I really want to compare it to like Miami Beach, and the beach here is My Khe Beach, where it's just a long strip of sand with like urban skyscrapers and buildings behind you, but the quality of the sand is really beautiful. It's white, it's soft. The water, it's not the most dazzling tropical blue, but it's still a beautiful blue color. The waves aren't too crazy, so it's great for surfing, it's great for bodyboarding, and actually, Vietnamese people don't love to be out and about in the sun, and maybe Koreans as well. I know there's a lot of Korean tourism to Vietnam. So the beaches actually during the day are pretty chill. There's lots of different space. You can easily get a sunbed and hang out and rent it for the day, get some drinks. Again, try bodyboarding or surfing and just hanging out at the beach, enjoying the views, swimming, going to like a cafe, maybe getting some drinks or a bite to eat right by the beach. It's just beautiful, it's amazing. You can also walk along like the waterfront, the promenade, because of course you have the beach, but behind that there's a nice little walking trail, which unfortunately it does go like next to the main busy road, but it's not too bad, it's not too noisy. You have the ocean breeze coming off, you have the palm trees, there's lots of little like cafes that maybe you can stop in, and cool little parks. It's just a great place to walk around, and maybe if you're not going to the beach, you can still enjoy the beach and the sea that way. Another thing you must do is go to the Dragon Bridge Fire Show. There's a famous Dragon Bridge in Vietnam, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at 9 p.m. there's a 15-minute show where you can see the dragon shooting fire out of its mouth. It's kind of like a thing you have to do once. You don't need to do it like more than that. It's pretty repetitive, but just seeing the fire come out and then it shoots water at the end, drenching everybody. So don't get too close to the dragon if you don't want to get wet. It's best to maybe go at this area below, at this little park where you can see it from a slight distance, and you can park your bike there just outside of the Dragon Bridge, and then you can leave a little bit easier maybe at the end of it as well, or take a grab or whatever. So different ways for you to experience that. It's really cool and unique and a fun thing to do in Da Nang. Another thing that Da Nang in Vietnam is famous for is spa days, and you can get really affordable massages or like skincare routines or like facials or whatever you want. Treat yourself, and for example, you can get probably about a 60-minute massage for 10 to 20 bucks an hour, with some like variants depending on like how fancy you want to get or how affordable you want to get, which is a great price compared to spas and massages in the USA. So we're here at Babylon Spa, actually, which is right connected to our hotel. They have a beautiful massage room. Massages are about $20 or so. Let's get the massage. Oh, sorry guys, I'm showing you some chest. It's okay, you guys saw me at the beach. But let's enjoy a massage here in Da Nang. great massage. A nice little treat. So take this opportunity to just relax and get some personal care. There's also the sunset viewpoint where you can get a gorgeous sunset because Da Nang faces east towards the beach. But if you go to this part here I'm marking for you on Google Maps, you can see the sun set behind this really beautiful bridge. And I think I was the only tourists there. There was gonna be some other tourists there from time to time, but it's mostly a local spot. We grabbed like a sugarcane juice across the street, went over to this little rock ledge and just watched the sunset with the cityscape around you. It's just beautiful. Great sunset views and a really nice way to maybe get a different aspect of Da Nang besides just the beach. Some great views still. Now let's cover some of the more fun, adventurous activities. We have my favorite thing in Da Nang, which is the Son Tra Peninsula. It's actually the peninsula just to the north of the Son Tra neighborhood. You can actually stay here. There's accommodation and resorts here as well. But what you should do is either ride a scooter out here or take a grab to maybe some of the different attractions here. It's only 15 minutes from the city center of Da Nang, which is so great. And it's just nature paradise. It's green, lush scenery with some mountains and rolling hills and secluded remote beaches. You can see monkeys, including this red-shanked Doklanger, I believe it's called, which is an endangered species of monkey that you can only see in the Indochina part of the world, and they're really shy and really beautiful to see. So try and see them if you can. It actually just reopened recently fully. When I went, the roads were mostly closed except for the leading road. So you can go deeper into the peninsula and explore even more than I could. Maybe some more beaches and viewpoints and lighthouses and more nature. It's just a great way to get a little bit away from the city and just be reminded that you're in beautiful Southeast Asia where there's lush jungles and greenery for you to explore. And I actually made a whole video going over the Son Tra Peninsula, of course including, I totally forgot, the Lady Buddha statue, which you can see from Da Nang, which is over 200 feet tall. So it's a really cool cultural, religious area and architectural area that you can see among the beautiful nature of the Son Tra Peninsula. So don't miss it. It's my #1 recommendation for Da Nang. You also have Marble Mountain, which is just to the south of the main Da Nang city area. I didn't visit it, but it does look beautiful. It kind of gives me similar vibes to the Batu Caves in Malaysia without the beautiful red stairs. But it's pretty affordable to enter. It's only about $2 and it's more cool nature. And I think there's some shrines inside that you can see as well. So check it out. And let's talk about the two most famous day trips, I would call them, from Da Nang. One is the city of Hoi An, which a lot of people will go to Da Nang or just as part of Vietnam, more so to visit Hoi An because culturally it's so beautiful. It's an old trading village that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its architecture is influenced by the French, the Chinese, of course. Oh, and the French, of course, because of the colonization, essentially. Call it for what it is, the Japanese. And the buildings here are just beautiful. They're yellow, they're weathered, and it kind of reminds me of a colonial, a Spanish colonial town that you might see in Central America or Mexico, but kind of with an Asian twist. And at night, it feels like a festival. There's all these beautiful boats lit up with lanterns. There's markets. It just has a really festive atmosphere. There's rice fields you can explore as well. It just feels like a very culturally rich part of Vietnam. It's so beautiful and unique, and it's only an hour from Da Nang, so you can stay here for a day trip, but I'd recommend staying here for a couple days, maybe doing some cooking classes and diving a bit deeper into the culture. I made a whole video on Hoi An, and it deserves more attention than just being a day trip from Da Nang, but it's close, which is so amazing. And the one that gets all the Instagram pictures is Na Hills. This is actually if you've seen the famous picture of the little bridge in the mist, that's a arc kind of shaped bridge with the hands. It's a very famous place in Vietnam, and it's part of Na Hills, which is an amusement park. It's about an hour west of Da Nang, more into the mountains. I didn't visit it, I had limited time, and I wasn't trying to go to an amusement park when I was in Da Nang, to be honest, but depending on what you want to do, if you want to go to some famous Instagram spots and go to ride some roller coasters maybe and have a fun time there, check out Na Hills. I've heard good things about it. It's about $37 to enter as well, so it's pretty affordable. Just plan it into your time in Da Nang, and it seems like a really fun, cool thing to do. So Da Nang is very popular for its trendy cafes, the boho chic kind of vibe. Maybe that's influenced by the digital nomad, remote worker, beachy kind of community and feel. So the cafes I recommend you go to is going to be one, Roots. This is a very popular one. It's one of the more famous ones. A lot of people go there to get some work done, but they have good smoothie bowls and delicious coffee as well, because Vietnam is famous for its coffee. It's very strong. It can be very sweet. They have salt coffee, egg coffee, The salt coffee is my favorite. Definitely try the salt coffee. Alright everybody, this is my first salted coffee in Vietnam, and this is so interesting. It feels like I just went to the beach and I have some salt water left in my mouth and I'm drinking some coffee. And I love it. It's actually really freaking good. Do you like it? It's so freaking good, and they use like coconut milk for their coffees as well. The other cafe I really recommend is going to be I Vegan, because just to let you all know, I'm a vegan traveler, and Da Nang has great vegan options, and also non-vegan options as well, but I'm going to cover my own experiences. And it's also a beautiful, trendy cafe, not just for vegans, but it has great smoothie bowls, you know, lunch, brunch, delicious coffee, amazing coffee. Their coconut coffee that I really enjoyed. So those are my two favorite cafe recommendations in Da Nang. There is also Le Bordeaux Bakery. It's French, which is cool because, you know, I think Vietnam has embraced some of like the breads from France from their influence as well. It's a really good place to check out. Loving Vegan Restaurant. It's another restaurant that has kind of like a mixture of cuisine. So if you want like a break from just eating Asian food or Vietnamese food, if you're kind of like backpacking through Vietnam, or if you're a digital nomad or staying here for a longer place, these are all great options. And Loving Vegan, it has some like American food, European food, Western food in general, besides just Vietnamese. And it feels like there's a good community feel there where people kind of come and meet up and eat together and stuff, so it's cool. There's also Adobo Mexican Grill, which this is essentially like Vietnamese Chipotle. I actually talked to the owner, and I overheard him having a conversation. I think he's from California, but he moved there to start this business, and it's like Chipotle inspired, which if you're unaware, that's kind of like a build your own burrito or like burrito bowl. So you can get like some rice and guacamole and all those sorts of things, and it's a really big portion. Pretty affordable price as well. A little bit more expensive because it's like obviously not Vietnamese local food. If you're missing Mexican food or want something a little bit different, it's a great option. Is it quite as good as Mexican food I've had in the USA or other parts of the world? No, but we're in Asia, so I'll take what I can get, and it's fun and good vibes as well. And yeah, it's good food. And then for Vietnamese food, anywhere you go, you must eat local food whenever possible. There's two places I recommend mostly. One is Chickpea Eatery, and this is a really great place because it's actually like a family-owned restaurant, and they have one location in Hoi An that's owned by, I think, like the daughter, and then one in Da Nang, which is owned by her mom and dad. And they're very sweet. They don't speak a lot of English, but they're very friendly, and they serve local Vietnamese food at a great price, and the setting's really nice as well. It's quiet and it feels very homey, which is really nice. The other one is Che Corner, where you can try some other Vietnamese delicacies like Vietnamese dumplings. It's great, the food's tasty and affordable as well, and it's more of kind of like a casual dining atmosphere and more of a local feel, which I really enjoy. So things to know about Da Nang is, I think, and this is kind of applicable to a lot of Southeast Asia as well, is getting around can be very different to other parts of the world. Ultimately, if you can ride a scooter, I think that's a really great asset you can have in Vietnam, and it's very affordable. You can expect to rent a scooter for maybe like $5 a day, less if you're staying for longer. Fuel is pretty affordable as well, and you can easily rent it from like your hotel or your accommodation, so that's great. If you do not feel comfortable riding a scooter, I wouldn't recommend it because people in Vietnam can drive pretty aggressively. It's kind of like people just jump into an intersection and kind of just figure it out once they're there a lot of the time. People will be honking constantly, and you have to be very like proactive and reactive at the same time versus like an offensive defensive driver. So I don't know, it can be kind of a lot, but if you don't feel comfortable riding a scooter, you can easily walk around some of the neighborhoods I recommend you staying at, walk to the beach, and take Grab, because Grab is very affordable in Vietnam, and there's lots of options in Da Nang. So if you want to go on a little bit of a day trip, maybe to Hoi An or to the Son Tra Peninsula, you can easily do that. Or you can book a tour using some of the tour booking resources that I recommend, like Get Your Guide or these kinds of things, to maybe go to the Son Tra Peninsula or do some guided tours as well. So that's really cool. It's also important to know that I think Da Nang feels very safe if you're not driving around and don't feel comfortable doing so. Just walking around during the day and at night, it doesn't feel like an area where there's like a whole lot of sketchy things that happen. Maybe if you look for trouble, it could find you, but I don't think that really felt like a thing at all. So it's a great place to stay and just kind of like relax a little bit more than other locations you would travel to. So keep that in mind when traveling to Da Nang. Most places also seem like they accept a credit card, but it doesn't hurt to have cash on you for maybe certain activities and things that you do, like getting street food or like certain parking prices. So I think it's always good to have a reserve Vietnamese dong supply with you. even though credit cards will handle things most of the time. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you guys. My memory card ran out when I was filming the first part of this video, and I did not realize until I was very far into the edit, so that's why I have an outfit change and the angles and lighting's different. Let's get on with it. First and foremost, I think Da Nang is perfect for digital nomads and remote workers. There's a reason it's becoming so popular, because it has a great cost of living, it's very affordable, you have enough things to do to keep things interesting and not too boring, but you can kind of take things slower here. You can focus on your work, you can go to some cafes, you can find a gym to work out on, you can enjoy some like rooftop pools, you can go to the beach during the day and swim. If you want to adventure, you can go to the Son Tra Peninsula, you can go to Na Hills, you can take a day trip south down to Hoi An. It's really a great place where you can take things a bit slow, have a great quality of life, get some things done, enjoy the beautiful weather, and just natural location that Da Nang provides. I think it's also great for people looking for a shorter vacation, maybe like a longer weekend, like 3 to 4 days, or maybe like up to a week or something, because similar reasons, you can take life slow, enjoy the beach, you can go to some nice cafes, enjoy some spas, relax, enjoy the beautiful weather, and you can do some things to keep it a little bit fresh and exciting that I mentioned earlier. Da Nang can be good for the traveler as well, but if you have like a limited time frame and you want to see and do as much like just groundbreaking things in Vietnam as possible, maybe it wouldn't be toward the top of the list. But if you want a beautiful beach thrown in the mix, if you want some adventure and wildlife in the Son Tra Peninsula, and you want to visit Hoi An, which is a very popular, beautiful, unique place in Vietnam as well, that's only an hour away, it makes sense to combine Da Nang with your itinerary, but you don't need more than like 3 full days here to really see and do and take advantage of what Da Nang can provide you as far as like things to do, cultural experiences, and natural scenery as well. But it could also be a good place to, again, take things slow and relax, enjoy the beauty, the weather, the beach, and just the nice vibes that Da Nang provides. So that's all from my guide to Da Nang in Vietnam. Are you planning on visiting Vietnam or Da Nang? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I'm going to be making much more Vietnam content covering areas like Ninh Bình and Hanoi. And if you're the digital nomad or remote worker type, I've made content on Bali, I've made content on Thailand, going over some beautiful, amazing places such as Koh Phangan, such as, you know, Canggu and Ubud in Bali, Indonesia. So this will give you a good sort of guide or information on some other really cool places to stay and be a digital nomad or remote worker in Southeast Asia. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.